Assalamu alaikum and hello to all cricket lovers. And now I have a special guest today with me again from South Africa, Ibrahim Yusuf. And today we're going to talk about the ongoing series which is played between Pakistan versus Australia. Australia has visited Pakistan after 24 years. And unfortunately, result won't be expected, but we will take some reviews from Ibrahim. Ibrahim, assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show.
Walaikum salam, and thank you for having me on the show.
So, Ibrahim, the most exciting series, the most awaited series, finally, Rawalpindi Test is going on, and we have like first 3 days rather than 2.5 days because yesterday was also like we have a reduction in overs due to bad light or weather, and today as well we don't have a full quota of overs. So, things not looking good in right direction as we can't predict the result right now. But I will love to take your input of the so far encounter. Pakistan won the toss, batted first, put some decent run on the board, but there is a lot of criticism about the slowness of the batting. They didn't read the pitch very well because it was a dead rubber and they should score some free runs once they were like 300 for like only loss of a 1 or 2 wickets. Then they should like go and get some momentum. Do you agree with that?
I think, when Azhar Ali and Imam Haq were batting after they were set, they could have upped the run rate and pushed it a bit, and then Pakistan could have got that extra 50 to 70 runs. But after when they lost a wicket when Babar came again, I understand them allowing Babar to get set with Azhar, but they could have extended that run rate. The two batsmen, especially in that big partnership.
Okay, do you think that declaration at 476 was at the right stage or Pakistan should some put runs on the board? I do agree with you that the run rate which Pakistan manages around 2.8, 2.9, which is not that a modern day even test cricket now, as we see that Aussies has like played some very good cricket shots and they try to maintain run rate over 4, even 4.3, 4.4 they touched early on in the first session of the today's play. So do you think 476 will be enough for Aussies or Pakistan should add like few 30 to 40 more?
I think at the moment 476 is looking good because it doesn't look like Aussies will have enough to actually put Pakistan to bat again and try and win by an innings. If they want to, they're going to have to up their rate to close to 6 to try and get a lead within around 250. So at the moment, I think Pakistan are in a good position. And also there's 7 overs left for the new ball, which could be important with Shaheen and Naseem. Yeah. And that I think maybe they could travel, and if Pakistan get about 2-3 wickets with the new ball, then I think Pakistan's game more than Australia. Then it'll depend how long Pakistan want to bat again.
So Ibrahim, if you see the approach of Pakistani players, Imam a decent 150, then Azhar Ali 180 odd, but you can't see the Pakistani players a bit extra cautious, or they're like more of their personal milestone. They get some 100 and 150, or they're certain like we can see the nervous 90s, or but they should, like as we all discussing earlier, that they spend a lot of time at the crease when they are at 90s or closer to 100 or even 150. So do you think the approach wasn't that much correct? They should go some free shots if they were set and have been playing from quiet overs.
I think at that time, it was also important for the batsman on the other end to just keep the scoring going so that the batsman in the 90s or closing to a half century or 150 is not as nervous and he can play his game a bit better. So I think they needed to manage it a bit better so that they didn't take so much time and they could have pushed the game a little bit more forward. That also, I think, slowed down Pakistan, which could have given them a bit more runs. They could have been closer to maybe 550, 570, which will put them in an even much more better position in this game.
Yeah, that's true. So at the end of the day too, I was expecting that Babar, obviously he declared, then I was expecting that Shaheen Afridi come with the first over, and his first over is quite famous. He only even tried to get the wickets out or LBW, it's common. But we started with Sajid Khan. Was it the right approach? And we have only 1 over bowled yesterday due to bad light and the spinner come. Might be the strategy is that might be batters have not that much good eyesight, the fast bowler. That's why Babar goes for the spinner. I'm not sure that what was in Babar's mind, but was it the right approach to bring Sajid Khan on, keeping Shaheen Afridi, who was a very famous for bowling the first over?
I'm also not sure if the umpire had said something that you can't bowl the fast bowlers due to the light.
Might be.
And that's why they went with Sajid Khan. But I think if there was no problem, you should have started with Shaheen Afridi.
Yeah, true. So, Ibrahim, considering current situation, 271 for the loss of couple of wickets, the deficit is all like they are trailed by around 204, 205 runs, like 8 wickets in hand, and the day four will start tomorrow, 9:45. Weather is not in our control. You can't say that tomorrow is like rain forecast or not, but it seems that there will be a cloudy tomorrow as well. So, I think you will agree with me, and we have a chat early on that the match might be leading towards like heading towards a draw side. But do you think that the outcome, what are the probabilities? If I ask you as a neutral person, what's the probabilities of match right now? 272 for the two, and they have still trail of like 200 odd runs. So, what do you think match goes in which way? A draw is obviously a heavy percentage, but can a Pakistan and Australia shuffle a bit? And there is like some very good session, one or two sessions. Test cricket is all about sessions, and there's a good session as you posted that Aussies put 600 plus, then they might put Pakistan on treble. And same end, Pakistan has some very good reverse swing bowling. So currently, keeping draw aside, can anyone have a result?
Uh, Both can have a result. Australia, if they keep this net run rate and even increase it, the run rate that they're going at the moment, and even increase it closer to 6, and they don't lose wickets, and their batsmen, the remaining, which is Lavashay Smith and Cameron Green and Alex Carey, and maybe Cummings, the captain, chips in, they could get a good score and maybe try and come out and look to bowl Pakistan out somewhere with around 150, 200, which is what it's looking like. But I think otherwise, Pakistan have even better chance, especially if they utilize the new ball tomorrow very well. The new ball, get some wickets, get a lead of around 70 to 100, and then try and push it towards 250 somewhere and then give Australia to bat on the last day for about 60 overs or so, 50, 60 overs.
Okay, Brian, yeah, probability is very much on, as you mentioned, that both team has sides. And definitely, if you think that Aussie is batting quite well, Smith is on the crease, and if they posted like 272 and they won't get out early on the wicket, even though pitch will play a part, I believe that 4th and 5th day is a bit cracks early on the wickets, and spinners or even the reverse swing of Shine and Asim can play a vital. But if you think Aussies can like stay at the wicket and keep the scoreboard takes that, how much lead can Aussies put? As you mentioned, 600, but 600 lead is even, I think, 120 or lead. That can be massive, but do you think that they should go for a 600 or they should capitalize to like 3 to 400 and nudging down the wickets to make sure that a total of around 450, 500, and again Pakistan bat on later part of the day, it's day four, like 10 to 12 overs. So what do you think that what target should Australia in their mindset right now to put what kind of total?
I think they're going to take it session by session. By tea tomorrow, we'll have to see where they are. If by tea tomorrow they have even the score or even have taken a lead of about 20, 30, maybe then they'll go for that 100-run lead. But yes, if Pakistan managed to slow them down, they might not go for as much. And they might just look to make Pakistan do the batting, put up a total, and they'll come out and chase it.
Ibrahim, so far it's a dead rubber. How would you rate the innings of Imam and Azhar? Even though they played a very good knock, 115 test match in a quality of position with a quality bowling of Stark, Cummins, Line, it's not an easy task even it's a dead rubber. But how do you rate? It's a slow track, or we should give some credit to Imam and Azhar keeping that they are playing against Australia after time in the home ground and they put a good show. So how would you rate this particular the couple of innings for Pakistan boys?
I'd say it's a good innings and it's a confidence booster going forward in the series. But I would have liked to see them maybe push on a little bit, a little score a little faster.
Because in contrast,
it's a good innings and it gives confidence. Pakistan's batting order in Test cricket has been strong for a while, but it shows now they can score the big runs as well.
Because in contrast, if we see, we can see that Usman Khawaja has a counter-attack and counter, same with the David Warner. When they get settled, early on today, I seen that I was quite surprised even that David Warner was not like in full shape. Even the seam and Shine was bowling, he was not like positioning himself quite well. Even a couple of bouncers hit him on the neck or shoulder as well. So he was like a bit shaky. But once he gets settled, he like plays some beautiful strokes around all of the park, and he playing with a strike rate of around 65, 70, which is quite heavy in Test cricket. So approach is quite same. Australia is always an aggressive team, always aggressive mindset team, and they always attack the opposition. Same we did. And if we did that tomorrow as well, that there's a chance they might get 500, 550 or even 600 and they can get declared a 120 odd and get Pakistan on pressure as well. So time will tell how it goes. So Ibrahim, if I ask you a particular player from both sides who can turn the fortunes of both the teams, so like one individual from both sides, whom do you pick?
I think Lavashay from Australia at the moment with the batting, he's on 69, and Shine Shafridi for Pakistan. And also it depends, are they going to get reverse swing on the new ball with that old ball? So they delay the new ball, or there's nothing with that old ball and they take the new ball as soon as it's available.
Well, guys, you have heard Ibrahim very critical views and depth analysis about Pakistan and Australia match. Let's see how the match goes. Right now, we both think it's going on a drawn direction, but you never know how the tomorrow comes, how the wicket plays, and how the spinners plays. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Ibrahim, for joining. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.
Walaikum salam.